Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
5:07, 27th day of October. This is the last week of October. When we get to Friday, it's the end of the month, and it's also Halloween and lots of stuff. When I was a kid, I loved it when Halloween fell on a Friday. That was the best because you didn't have to go to school the next day. It's fantastic. Kids, how excited are you? Oh, wait, you're still sleeping. Never mind. Coming up at 6:35, Robert Spencer. Brand new book, Intifada on the Hudson, The Selling of Zohran Mamdani. We're a week away from an earthquake, a political earthquake in America. 7:05, Joe DeGenevo will join us at 7:35. The governor of the fine Commonwealth of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, to motivate you with 1 week left to get out there and voto. And then at 8:05, look who's here. Sean Spicer is going to come, and he's going to say mean things about me. So you're going to want to tune in for that. It's Larry O'Connor alongside Julie Gunlock. Good morning, Julie.
Good morning. You had quite a weekend, didn't you, Larry?
I'm very sore. I'm very sore, but I did my bucket list got a little shorter after yesterday. I crossed the finish line right there at the Marine Corps Memorial at Iwo Jima statue in Roslyn. Oh no,
Larry,
I'm hardly a champion. I survived the Marine Corps Marathon.
Just a little tip.
Yeah.
If you want a short bucket list, just don't put things on your bucket list, for God's sake. Don't put this. Why?
You know,
Marine Corps Marathon, congratulations.
Thank you. It was my first marathon ever, and quite possibly my last. Quite possibly. But I got to tell you, what an incredible event. There were 30,000 plus out there. And it was the 50th anniversary of the Marine Corps Marathon. And look at this finisher's medal. As
my goodness,
everyone in my family were
right
teasing.
One.
Yeah, everyone was saying, "Oh, participation trophy! Look." It's like it's in the shape of the Globe and Anchor logo of the Marines.
Very, very.
And look,
very
the globe
cool.
opens up, and it's got a little.
You're
thing
gonna
be
talking about this
every
forever. Show opening.
Absolutely.
Are we gonna tomorrow, or are we gonna?
No, we're gonna start renaming the show. You know, Marine Corps Marathon finisher O'Connor and Company. Yeah, you know the slow motion scene from Chariots of Fire when they're running in slow motion. That was pretty much me at full speed. That was definitely.
All right, so I want to know: at what point did you think I'm going to die? I mean, what mile?
Oh.
So you start off. Okay, that's enough with the Chariots of Fire, for God's sake.
Yeah, where was the wall?
All right, so this is. So you're going along. What, 5 miles? You feeling okay?
Yeah, so it's funny. If anybody came out to watch the marathon and they may have caught a glimpse of me, if you saw me now, listen. If you were in the Roslyn, Arlington area for the first 4 miles, as it starts at the Pentagon or just past the Pentagon, and then it goes up into Roslyn and then back around, and then we cross the Key Bridge. If you there's a video of me, Corey and Ganamort, a friend of the program, Corey. He was right there at the bend as you go onto the Key Bridge, just past the 4 mile mark, maybe about 4 1/4. If you saw Larry running the marathon there, you saw Larry in his prime. You saw Larry
what mile was that?
4.5. Oh man, I would hit my stride. I was in fact, the first half, the first half. I actually did my personal best in a half marathon in this marathon, which I think was the problem because I was a little ahead of my pace, and I just
I see.
And then it hit me. My first wall was around mile 14, coming back down from the Sound, south of the Jefferson Memorial, where the golf course is, with the marina or the wharf. I mean, on the right side as you're heading back to the mall. That stretch was rough. But it's funny because I hit a wall there, but I was like, well, I couldn't be further away from my hotel. All the roads are closed. If I quit right now, I got to walk back anyway. I'm not getting an Uber. So I guess I could take Metro. Oh, I didn't think of that. Damn. Anyway, I didn't quit. That helped me. Just the logistics of it pushed me through that wall.
Yeah.
And then you run the mall. It's like it's impossible not to get motivated to run around the Capitol and run around the mall and run around the monuments there. And the signs were amazing. We'll get to the signs later in the show, the funny signs that were out there, all politically based, Lots of people with signs, you're running better than the government. Don't shut down like the government. So you make it around there, and then you go past, sort of the Holocaust Museum, which is motivating, to the bridge for 395 to come back across the Potomac, back over into Virginia.
Right.
And that's, everybody says the bridge is the wall. The bridge is the wall. That's and you hit mile 20 about a quarter of the way onto the bridge. And at that point, that was the longest I had ever run. My training run.
This is 14th Street Bridge.
No. The 395. The 395 bridge.
That's 14th Street Bridge.
Oh, is that what you're calling that, 14th Street Bridge?
Yeah.
Right.
So you go over that.
Oh yeah. All right. Sorry. Yes. You go, and by the way, of course, the Metro is the next bridge over, and it's zooming by, and it's like, screw you, Metro riders.
Everyone's like, did they know there's a Metro? These people running.
Right. Why would you run this? So I'm feeling, you hit you hit mile 20. Everyone prepares you for mile 20, which is about a third of the way across the bridge, heading back to to Crystal City. And I was like, I'm feeling good. I'm okay. I mean, I wasn't loving life, but I was fine. And by the way, at no point was like my heart rate bad or my cardio bad. I never felt like I was out of breath and exhausted. That conditioning was fine. It was just the muscles in my legs and my feet, and it's just, and no one, you can't prepare for that. You just can't. So I hit that. I was fine. You come back across that bridge into Crystal City, hit 21. I was okay. I was feeling it, but I was okay. And then for some reason, psychologically, because you start the day at the Pentagon, you start the day sort of you walk past the Pentagon, past the fashion center there, the mall, and you start like making your way to the starting line. So psychologically, it's, I'm back. And then you turn south into Crystal City instead of where you're supposed to go. And your brain just says, oh, God, I've got more. And you do. You have 5 miles more. And my mile 21, my mile 22, 23, 25. So I guess what I'm saying is if you saw me in Rosslyn at mile 4 going across the Key Bridge, you saw a man in full. If you came out in Crystal City and you caught a glimpse of me in Crystal City, you saw a man on his way to the emergency room. Yeah, it was my wall was my wall was 21, 22.
And didn't you tell me earlier that you hit that wall, that really catastrophic wall, right when you were close to the hotel you were staying at?
Yes. My hotel was right there near Crystal City, and I just thought to myself, all I got to do is walk. That was bad. If I ever do this again strategically, don't get a hotel at the worst part of the track.
Yeah, get it northwest or something.
It would have been so easier for me to.
Yeah.
But honestly, once you're past 21, 22, and you've made okay time, it's really great. There are people with the race motivating you, Marines all out there. The Marines look great from Quantico. They were fabulous. And they basically are saying, you're going to finish. You're going to finish. It doesn't matter what your time is. You're going to finish. You can crawl from this point forward. You're going to finish. And it's true. And it's like, oh, you know what? Because I was feeling it. And my last couple of miles were like, 15 minutes, 16 minutes a mile.
So I have questions. The rapid fire.
All right, well, hold your thoughts.
Oh,
I've got much more to say about it. Because like any person who runs a marathon, it's the only thing I want to talk about for the rest of my life. It's like graduating from Harvard. It's all you want to, I went to Harvard, right? It's 5:15.
WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
Your next $1,000 could be one text away. It's $5K a day on WMAL.
I just want to say, if you're like me, even if you're, let's just say in the middle of the Generation X age group, which would be, with a 5 at the beginning of your number.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you enjoy running, but you've never taken it super seriously. But it's sort of you can go out and give a couple of miles through. You got to do this. If you've never done a marathon, do the Marine Corps Marathon. It's the greatest. Our city looks so wonderful. It's just an incredible community event. And the outpouring of love and support from all the people. Actually,
you can drive.
I'm motivating people now.
You can drive around the city.
Do it.
It's really inspirational.
If in the back of your head you thought, I wonder if I can run a marathon, you can. If this guy can do it, you can do it, and you should do it. right.
I am the wrong co-host for this.
Do you have questions?
Inspirational. Yeah, just remember, people, there's cars, and they go the same route.
I didn't run the marathon as a means of transportation.
Okay, well, anyway. So
getting from A to B, although I could if I wanted to.
Did you see anybody you knew? Rapid fire.
Running or in the crowd? Actually,
in the race or in the crowd. Were
no,
you surprised? I
honestly didn't. You know,
really?
I'm a very solitary. One of the things I like about running is that I can just sort of go off on my own. I don't like running with people. I don't like running in teams. No, so I, that is a no.
Did you see anyone die?
No, but you know what? You know what's sad? Like approaching mile 26, somebody
Did people
needed
drop
a
out?
medic. Approaching mile 26, and he was, everyone started screaming, medic, 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 and we needed somebody to come and help someone who was having trouble. Yeah, I don't, can you imagine?
Now, did you get this, like, what was it like when you crossed
Emotional. Really
yeah,
emotional.
I bet.
Really, euphoric, emotional. There may have been tears. There may have been tears.
Oh, of course.
It was pretty, it felt, and just because, and also, I don't know if people know or care. I've had a lot going on in my life this year, and I carried a lot of that with me over the line, and there was a lot. There was a lot. It was great. It was a lot of fun. And again, so here's my favorite. So we had that sign. We had a lot of people who had signs that said, "Run like you've got the Epstein files," which I thought was clever. Somebody, but my favorite. They all have political. Yeah.
Can you imagine if this were happening in Denver? It'd be like, run like the wind, be an eagle. I mean, there would be like no political signs.
Run like you're on your way to the dispensary, dude. My favorite was of the political signs. My favorite was somebody had a sign that had a picture of Marco Rubio, Secretary of State Rubio, on a sofa in the Oval Office, and he had a big smile on his face, and he was laughing, and it said, "This is you when you thought it was a good idea to run a marathon." And then the other picture of Rubio with the scowl on his face,
Awesome.
getting all angry, and it says, "This is you now."
Trying to become a part of the couch. That's the best Rubio picture. Well, Larry, I am. I know I'm a little snarky about this stuff, but I am proud of you. I think this is incredible, and I am impressed with anybody. I mean, honestly, if I go 26 miles, I need in the car. I need a travel beverage. I need a plan. I need to plan my bathroom going right before I get the car. It's unbelievable. Are there porta potties? There's porta potties.
There are.
Right?
There are. Okay. Also, boys have the advantage of being able to just do what they need. Although you don't want to do that on a city street unless you're a Democrat. So there's a portion of it. Like the first portion is all through the GW Parkway up through Rosslyn, and there's a lot of wooded areas. Also, like from miles 6 through 9, I want to say, you're up in Rock Creek Park, and you ride up the Rock Creek Park Road all the way up to the cathedral. I didn't realize, looking at the map, that you went as far up as the cathedral. So I was looking for Chris and Tricia Plant, on one of the overpasses. They weren't there. They were still in bed,
they were having
probably.
Brunch.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh, all the Ukrainian. I was just thinking of the embassies. Everyone's out there waving Ukrainian flags, and I'm like, this is the Marine Corps Marathon in America.
It's so DC.
Could we get a couple of American flags?
Yeah, it's so DC.
But so anyway, all through Rock Creek Park, there were plenty of places for boys with boy equipment to
have to understand. Anyone listening on the app right now, when Larry says you're up in Rock Creek Park, and then the next sentence he says you're in Roslyn, you have to understand how far away those two places are, and it is astonishing that someone is running that. Just amazing.
It was astonishing after the fact as well. But the half marathon mark is down, south of the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, and it's funny because when you hit the half marathon mark, you realize obviously you're halfway done. And it's like, oh my gosh, I've gone so far, and there's still a halfway to go.
Oh, I did a 10K. No, wait, a 10-miler. I literally thought I was gonna die, and so that is my limit.
But you didn't. And neither did I, and it's worth doing, and it's worth feeling a little pain, which I am in right now. My legs are on fire, and they will be for several days, so bear with me. But I'm moving slow, but I'll get there, and it's worth it. Thank you, Marine Corps. Thank you to all the Marines who were out there on the sides. I know it was better than being at Quantico for the day, and they were all enjoying it. And it's truly a great D.C. thing that anyone in this area should do if they're inclined. 524.
Well, the panic over the East Wing of the White House continues. And boy, one celebrity chef made quite a fool of himself. We will update you. Keep it here. It's 5:30.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now. Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
It's a great Monday morning in your nation's capital, and I'm glad you're here with us. We're glad to be here. Thanks for joining us. It's a busy this morning. As you can imagine, 1 week away from Election Day. At 6:35, Robert Spencer will reflect on the election of Zohran Mamdani in New York City. New book, Intifada on the Hudson. 7:05, Joe DeGenova will be our guest. 7:35, the governor of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin. And then at 8:05, Sean Spicer with his political observations about the world we live in. It's Larry O'Connor alongside Julie Gunlock. Morning, Julie.
Good morning.
One of the big things Sean's been focusing on is the hysteria over President Trump's renovation of the East Wing. And notably, both the New York Times and the Washington Post over the weekend published editorials. These are not solicited op-eds necessarily either. Like for the Washington Post, it's the editorial board.
Yeah.
Who has delivered this. Now, in the New York Times, it was Russ Duthot, who is a liberal, I believe, is he not?
No, he's their resident conservative.
Oh, is he the one that's...
He's him and Stevenson, Brett Stevenson. But Ross, I mean, he's
a New York Times Republican.
But he is. Yes,
so he is liberal.
Yes. Okay, but I get it. Ross is.
I'm poking the
he's
bear.
very thoughtful.
David Brooks. Like David Brooks is a conservative.
I get it.
Right.
But yes.
Anyway, the New York Times opinion piece was why Trump's East Wing demolition needed to happen. The Washington Post editorial board, board.
Yes.
Trump replacing the White House East Wing is not the end of the world, which is really saying something. Well, at least the world's not ending.
Well, that's how everyone's acting.
Well, one of the things that's made this so entertaining, the people who are acting like that, one person posted an aerial view of the demolition on Friday, and it said, "This is how I felt when I saw the Pentagon after 9/11."
That was Tara Setmeyer, a never-Trumper, she was never really a Republican, but she had a grift going, and then Trump came in. She worked for the Lincoln Project. I mean, that's all you need to know about her.
Lincoln
and
Project.
she stayed with, what did I say?
I'm just echoing what you said.
Lincoln Project.
Yeah.
Lincoln Project. And she stayed with the Lincoln Project after all that scandal sort of brewed. So she's awful. Yes, and she did compare it to 9/11. I mean, how mentally ill do you have to be
you have to be Tom Colicchio level of mentally ill.
Well, that's another one.
Tom Colicchio, of course, is the celebrity chef who is a gajillionaire and I think he still is the co-host of Top Chef. Groundbreaking television show that sadly not as many people watch anymore, I don't think.
Right.
Partly because of his insufferable politics. And understand, Trump broke Tom Colicchio. I have no doubt that he was a New York liberal before Trump. But he decided, like Jose Andres, that they needed to grandstand and virtue signal for immigrants, illegal immigrants. And understand, because that's such a big part of the restaurant industry. Well, think about that for a minute. You are a gajillionaire. You have restaurants all around this country. You sell a steak for $125 at your restaurants, and you're dying on the political hill of making sure that criminals in this country can be exploited and work for below standard wages so that you can get richer and richer and richer. They're the backbone of our industry. No, they're the cheap labor that you exploit so that you can live high on the hog.
That's right.
Tom.
That's absolutely right. Yep.
So Colicchio posted a picture of he and his wife at Christmas time at the White House, standing in front of an iconic fireplace with all of the garland and decorations. I'm sure it's in the Obama era. And it says, "My wife and I in the East Wing. I can't believe it's gone." And, of course, the picture is not from the East Wing. It's the diplomatic reception room. It's
which is still there.
Yes. It hasn't been touched. But that's a site. But it's a good insight into the dementia here, where people have to make up outrage. It's like, look at this I was there and it's outrageous that it's gone. It's like, you weren't there. That's not the room. Yeah. Please show me all of your fond memories of the East Wing. You know who can show you pictures from their fond memories of the East Wing? People who worked in the First Lady's staff over the course of the last couple of decades. That's right. It. That's the only action that happened over there.
It is so well, but what's so delicious about this is that it set off one of these sort of viral moments.
Yes.
Where then everyone, including yourself, Larry, I have to tell you, I was confused the entire weekend. I didn't know. I saw all these sort of people on the right posting pictures of themselves with, their wives or husbands, with their spouses, and totally ridiculous.
Weird spots.
Like Mary Catherine Ham posted a picture of her and her husband at Halloween. She's sort of famous for her Halloween costumes, right?
Yes.
And she's obviously standing on a deck in someone's backyard, right? She's like, "My husband and I in the East Wing," and then you did. What did you do, Belle?
I did Belle and the Beast, dancing from the animated feature.
Right. Like my wife and I.
Dancing to Beauty and the Beast with her in the gold dress, and it says, "My wife and I in the East Wing. I can't believe it's gone."
So people were posting these absolutely absurd, obviously not in the White House pictures, which was hilarious. And thank you, by the way, for explaining that.
You did.
This
Like,
morning,
what
because
the hell
I was like,
this
why
thing?
are people doing this?
It's like we're making fun of Tom Colicchio. It's brilliant. Paula Scanlon posted a picture of a Blockbuster, the outside of a Blockbuster video store. "I took this iconic photo in the East Wing of the White House. I can't believe it's gone." And then people would say, "No kings,
no kings."
Somebody took a picture of the cast of the film, Clue, with Madeline Kahn and Tim Curry and "My extended family in the East Wing. I can't believe it's gone." It's just brilliant. It's absolutely wonderful. You have to make fun of Tom Colicchio.
They're just so. I mean, and again, then you had people like Tara Setmeyer, fake, never a conservative, never a Republican, who are saying things like, "It reminds me of the destruction of 9/11," which is such an insult. It just,
3,000 people died.
Yeah.
In an act of war. All right, hold that thought. There's more incredible reactions from the left on the East Wing. Which I don't know how he does it. I don't know how Trump does it.
I know.
He does it. It's 5:44.
Mark Levin, weekdays 6 till 9 on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
They just can't help themselves. The reactions over the East Wing, which, I mean, it's... I said this at the beginning when all of this began. If Obama had done this, and I did not like Obama, and he was not my favorite president, I recognize I would be bothered by it. I'm sure I would. I do. I get it. But acting like it's an act of war, acting like it in some way this is it's all indicative of Trump's destruction of the Constitution. And you've got Democrats right now who are saying the next president needs to reverse all of this, that they need to tear down the ballroom after it's been constructed and restore the East Wing to its original glory, which of course is not original glory because it's redone all the time. It is a remarkable thing to witness, and they keep saying that the East Wing, the destruction, it's the perfect allegory for the Trump presidency. No, your reaction is the perfect allegory to the left's approach to the Trump presidency.
Yeah, I think this is. I think a lot of the American public is sort of tired of this reaction and see it for what it is. It's no matter what he does, if Trump does it, it's, this same hysterical reaction.
Yeah.
And, it's emotional and it's it really is tiresome. I think a lot of people are just very tired of this.
It's all
obviously
emotion.
Larry, I sort of did a deep dive actually late last week. I wanted to know, like, where did they entertain? If that room is so small, that gold room or whatever it's called is so small, where did they entertain? I cannot believe the number of tents that were put up during the Obama. The Obamas loved to entertain. They had these huge parties, right? And someone on Twitter actually had a good point. I put on Twitter sort of, the number, because I asked ChatGPT how many tents went up, and it was astonishing. But then somebody said, yeah, it's really awful that Trump doesn't want people to use porta potties who come for a state dinner at the White House. It's true. Now, I'm sure they were. Have you ever been to one of these events where they have the sort of the trailer and it's a porta potty?
They're pretty nice.
Still
as
they're really nice.
Go, they're pretty nice.
It's like a trailer, right? You walk in, you go upstairs, but it's still a porta potty, right? And so just the idea that people are so emotional about this when it's very clear from the Obama years, Biden did less entertaining. But I mean, the tents that would go up on the lawn, it is needed. It is a formal entertaining space is needed at the White House.
The only people who liked all those tents was Elizabeth Warren, of course, but that's because it brought her back to her heritage, growing up in a teepee or a wigwam. Here's Tim Walz's daughter, who has created, we have to pay attention to the daughter of the failed running mate to Kamala Harris and governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, because she's got a huge TikTok and Instagram
and
social
huge
media
forehead.
Following.
My goodness.
So here she is lamenting the destruction of the East Wing, and we've added a little indicator for her very unique speech pattern. Take a listen.
I think the whole destruction of the East Wing of the White House to build this tacky ballroom really represents just the larger political climate and state of our country right now. But if you look objectively, like, at the White House, you're maybe like, oh, it's crappy, but it's not something to, like, really worry about, or, like, there's bigger things. I agree. I do think it's symbolic of, like, what they're doing to the country. But there's also, like, history in the White House, and it's really just, it's gross. And honestly, if it was, like, the Obamas, I would be like, okay, at least what they will build will be classy, right? This is going to be, like, fake gold, right, even if it's real gold, just gold, gaudy, ugly.
Enough of the likes, like.
Oh,
but still,
that's not even the word. It's the rising intonation. It's the.
Oh, I know, all of it.
The sort of everything's a question.
Right. If it was the Obamas, it would be classy. Are you kidding? Obama built a basketball court. That was his big contribution. That is, right. There is, and by the way, have you seen what his library looks like in Chicago?
Yeah.
Oh, at least it'd be classy, like the Obama library in Chicago. Well, take it from the daughter of Tim Walz to know what classy is.
Oh, yeah.
And Gwen Walz, for that matter.
We're turning the page.
Listen, the East Wing hysteria continues. And quietly, most presidents, have you noticed former presidents haven't said anything about it? Obama hasn't said anything about it. Hillary did, but she's Hillary. The fact of the matter is, people know that this is going to be really useful and really good.
You brought it up. I'm sorry. Can we just talk? I know it's the break. I know. But honestly, you brought it up. Hillary Clinton, the nerve. I mean, she stole furniture and silverware. I mean, the idea that Hillary Clinton is bringing this up.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
It's like she doesn't know what her husband did in that room. It's 5:54.